You didn't lose motivation overnight, but you feel like you did. Most people think success is about talent or luck. Stop. The reality? Your entire life is decided in the first 60 minutes after you open your eyes. One day you wake up sharp, focused, in control. The next day, 6:42 a.m., eyes open. Phone in hand before your feet hit the floor. And somehow, you already feel behind. That's not in your head, that's your nervous system running the wrong program. But here's the good news. You can fix it in one morning, not weeks. Tomorrow. In this video, 7 science-backed habits that transform your energy, focus, and identity. Let's go. Why your morning programs your identity. Before the habits, understand this. Your brain produces theta waves in the first 10 minutes after waking. Hypnagogic state, half asleep, half awake. Your subconscious, wide open, no filters. Whatever enters. Installed like software. Grab your phone in that window. You let the world install anxiety, comparison, and urgency directly into your operating system. Most people mess this up completely. Let's fix it. Habit 1, same wake time, every day. No negotiation. Your body runs on a circadian rhythm. When you wake at random times, you give yourself social jet lag, same biological cost, no passport. Here's what happens. Cortisol pulses 30 minutes after waking. That's your activation signal. But 6 a.m. weekdays, 10 a.m. weekends, you confuse that pulse. Result? Tired on Monday no matter how much you slept. The fix is brutal but simple. Same wake time, 7 days a week. Jocko Willink at 4:30 a.m. Kobe at 4 a.m. holidays included. Not because they hate sleep. Because the alarm clock isn't a suggestion, it's a commander. Try this. Pick a sustainable time. Never break it. Within 1 week, your body wakes you before the alarm. That's not willpower. That's biology aligning with discipline. Keep going. Habit 2. No phone for the first hour. This one hurts because you know you do it. Average person checks their phone within 7 minutes of waking. Before peeing, before water, before good morning. Here's why that's catastrophic. Your morning brain has low dopamine. Normal. Dopamine rises with effort, sunlight, movement. But check your phone, you spike dopamine artificially. Scrolling, notifications, likes. That spike crashes fast. Then you need more and more. Andrew Huberman calls this the dopamine steeplechase. By 9 a.m., your reward system is exhausted. Work feels pointless. Exercise impossible. Conversations annoying. That's not depression. That's a phone-induced hangover. Rule: 0 phone for 60 minutes. Put it in another room. Use an actual alarm clock. Here's what happens instead. Boredom, then stillness, then clarity. By the time you look at your phone, you're in control. Not reacting to the world. Letting the world react to you. Reactive people check. Creators act first. Remember that. Habit 3, move immediately after waking. No gym, no hour, motion. When you sleep, your lymphatic system stagnates. Unlike blood, lymph fluid has no pump. It needs muscle contraction to move. Stay still, fluid pools in your face, your joints, your brain. That's morning fog. Fix movement within 10 minutes of being upright, not after coffee, immediately. University of Bath research. Morning exercise improves cognition and mood for 8 hours. Another study, people who move within 30 minutes of waking have lower cortisol reactivity to stress later. 10 jumping jacks, 20 squats, 1-minute plank. Brisk walk around the block. That's it. David Goggins. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. First 5 minutes suck. Your body resists. That resistance is the barrier between who you are and who you could become. Push through it once. Tomorrow it's easier. A week, automatic. Movement in the morning is an exercise. It's a message. We are awake, we are capable, we are ready. But here's the scary part. Most people destroy their energy before 8 a.m., and they don't even realize they're doing it. Habit 4. Sunlight plus hydration. 2 things. No negotiation. First, sunlight. Within 30 minutes of waking, go outside. Not through a window, glass filters the wavelengths you need. Direct sunlight on your face triggers cortisol the right way. A sharp pulse. Wakes you without anxiety. Sets your circadian clock for 24 hours. Huberman's lab. Morning sunlight increases evening melatonin by 30 minutes. You fall asleep faster. Wake up better. Self-reinforcing loop. Second, water. You just slept 8 hours without drinking. Dehydrated. Not severe, but enough to drop cognitive performance by 10 to 15%. 1 glass within 10 minutes of waking. Not coffee. Coffee is a diuretic. Have it 30 minutes later. That first glass, plain water. Cool. Add a pinch of salt and lemon for electrolytes. Most people never see morning sunlight. Ceiling, screen, car interior, office light, they live in a cave and wonder why they're tired. You are not a cave animal. You are a daylight animal. Act like one. Habit 5. High protein breakfast. Here's where breakfast gets weaponized. Standard morning meal, cereal, toast, oatmeal, pastries is sugar. Refined carbs spike blood glucose, trigger insulin, crash your blood sugar 2 hours later. That 10 a.m. slump, not your job being hard. That's breakfast sabotage. 2024 study. University of Montpellier. People who ate high-carb breakfasts were rated less attractive than protein-rich eaters. Mechanism? Refined carbs cause inflammation and fluid retention in facial tissue. Your morning donut is literally making your face look worse. Protein does the opposite. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, meat, shake, 30-40 grams minimum. Protein stabilizes blood sugar, kills cravings, provides dopamine-building amino acids, keeps you full until lunch. Mental peace. A high-protein breakfast is a signal. I am worth fueling properly. Not convenience food. Not sugar, fuel. Self-respect isn't abstract. It's the egg you cook instead of the cereal you pour. Habit 6. Do the hardest task first. Game changer. Most people wake up, do habits, feel good, then pick the easiest task. Build momentum, they say. No, that's avoidance. Your willpower, focus, and decision-making peak in the first hour after waking. Prefrontal cortex physiology. Dopamine fresh. Cortisol alert. Fatigue not yet set in. Use that peak for emails? You waste your superpower. The hard task. The one you're dreading. The conversation you don't want. The workout you've been avoiding. Do it first. Within the first 90 minutes. Here's what happens. By 9 a.m., the thing that would have haunted you all day, gone, dead, finished. The rest of the day becomes bonus time. You feel light, powerful, unstoppable. Mark Twain, eat a live frog first thing. Nothing worse will happen the rest of the day. Most people live with a low hum of anxiety because the hard thing is still waiting. Don't let it wait. Kill it in the first hour. There's another reason this matters that nobody talks about. Every morning you delay the hard thing, your brain records evidence. Evidence that you hesitate, that you avoid discomfort, that your words don't match your actions. And the dangerous part? Your brain believes patterns more than goals. You can say you want confidence, discipline, success, but if your first action every morning is avoidance, your identity quietly shifts in the opposite direction. That's why people feel stuck even when they're trying, because intention doesn't build self-trust. Proof does. And self-trust is everything. When you do the difficult thing early, especially when you don't feel like it, you create psychological momentum most people never experience. Your mind stops negotiating with itself. Decision fatigue drops. You walk differently for the rest of the day because, deep down, you already proved something to yourself before breakfast. That's why disciplined people often seem calmer. It's not genetics. It's not confidence from nowhere. It's because they removed the mental weight before the world even woke up. And once your brain associates mornings with action instead of hesitation, discipline stops feeling forced. It becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth. You no longer rely on motivation, you rely on identity. Last habit. This one changes everything. Habit 7. Stack small wins. One small win feels like nothing. Waking on time, tiny. No phone, minor. Movement, quick. Sunlight, simple. Protein, easy. Hard task first, 15 minutes of discomfort. But here's the physics. Small wins stack. Stacking creates momentum. Momentum creates identity. Identity creates reality. You don't suddenly become disciplined. You become the person who wakes on time, which leads to moving, which leads to reading, which leads to doing the hard thing first, which leads to changing everything, not overnight, one morning at a time. James Clear, Atomic Habits. The aggregation of marginal gains. Improve 1% each morning. 10 mornings? 10% better. 100 mornings? Unrecognizable. Mental clarity becomes your superpower because everyone else is foggy. Discipline becomes your default because everyone else is waiting for motivation. That's the cheat code. Try this tomorrow. Same wake time. No phone for 1 hour. Movement immediately. Sunlight and water within 10 minutes. High protein breakfast. Hardest task first. Not all 7. Start with 3, then 5, then all. One day, just one. Because here's the truth they don't tell you. Low energy is self-created. The fog is self-created. The anxiety is self-created. You are not a victim of your morning. You are the architect. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm goes off, you have a choice. Stay in bed and stay the same. Or get up and become who you've been saying you want to be. Your morning decides your self-respect. And your self-respect decides everything else. Try it tonight. Tomorrow morning, pay attention. Because 5 years from now, the person you become might be decided by what you do in the first hour tomorrow morning.